Hello all, if you recognize this out in position, pay no attention to it. Hello, so this is a commissioned video. If you didn't know, on my Ko-fi page, you can pay me money to make a video of your choosing. And this video was commissioned by the lovely, wonderful Shayna, who asked if I could talk about the differences of POVs and choosing POVs in your writing. So that is what we're doing. So first off, what are the three different types of POV that you can tell a story? And we have first, second, and third. Most commons are third and first. Second is very, very rare, unless you ever read like a choose your own adventure. That's when that one really comes into play. I have seen it done in some other traditionally structured novels, but it's very, very rare. What is first person? First person means the self, all right? It is one person's looking out into the world and you're reading their thoughts. So that is where the prose is going to be like, I did this, I said this, what did she say? Oh my god, I can't believe that I just saw that happening. Stuff like that. It's completely an internalized view. It's a very limited POV. I have seen it done omniscient first person, which is super weird, where you still know everything, but it's kind of like knowing everyone's inner thoughts at all times, and it's still speaking directly from the sole person. I think first person works a lot for like contemporary novels more than anything, especially if it's in the case of just having one main character. If you don't have multiple characters that are taking the microphone basically and telling the story, first person works really well. A lot of YA tends to be first person rather than third, whereas adult books tend to be more third depending on the genre. I don't tend to write in first person myself. I am partial to third. I have done it before. I think a couple of my short stories that I did in my own anthology might be in first person, but there's 12 of them and now I can't remember, and I'm secretly doubting everything in my brain. But one of my works in progress right now is a contemporary romance, and that one will be 2 character POVs, but written in first person on either side of them, so that it kind of works a little bit. You get a little bit more of the internal emotional struggle. That's where I find first person really helps, is if you want to really have your readers experience the true emotions of the characters. First person is really, really good for that. Third person is probably the most common way to tell a story. And that's using like, she went to the bathroom and there was a monkey who attacked her. I don't know. That's a weird story. But it is very, very common. It's really well used for a lot of genres, for a variety of age groups. I like it a lot. It's what I mostly write in. It's just easier to tell the story outside. Now there are, again, there's limited third person, there's omniscient third person. I tend to really not like omniscient in general because I don't like showing my audience everything, whereas a lot of omniscient ones, they're just showing you everything completely. So like if you have a character who's talking to like a deceptive character, the omniscient third person POV would be like, and she never noticed what he put behind his back, you know, then, but it tells the reader, so the reader gets to have the experience and go, what are you doing to the main character? Does that make sense? I hope anything that I'm saying right now is making sense. I tend to not enjoy omniscient as much. I like the limited, where you're still experiencing the emotions and the thought process and like the amount of vision that the main character that you're writing from has, while still blindsiding them. So you can kind of blindside your readers a little bit, especially with like plot twists and things, because they're not experiencing it, but you know it's kind of like happening off camera, or you know, happening off page or off stage. There's a lot of ways to do this. Most plays, you know, plays are going to be third person, a person omniscient for the most part when you're watching plays. You get to see all the action happening on stage. You get to see the deception happening over there, and it's very fun. But I like third-person omniscient way more than I like first-person omniscient. That's hands down. First-person omniscient almost feels sloppy to me. I've never found a book that is first-person omniscient that I've actually enjoyed. You also get to think about your tense forms. I have seen first-person present tense, which is always weird to me. And I think one of the greatest examples of it is 3 Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. That one is, I think it's first person. I know that it's present tense, and that's the I say instead of I said, which is so weird to me, but she made it work. It's not always great, but you can definitely do that if you want to keep action. Like, you want your reader to really feel like they're right there in the moment, rather than they're reading something like a diary or something of the past of those characters. That's one of the craft tools of it. And you can do that with third person as well. I think maybe Three Dark Crowns is third person present. She says, was it? Where are you? I don't remember where I have Three Dark Crowns. It's somewhere, maybe. Did I sell it? I don't know. Anyway, but that's one of the best examples of doing a present tense in your POVs. Obviously, I like third person past. That's my comfort zone, and I like it. But you can do it either way. It really just depends on what you're doing for your book. Now, second person is weird. I have heard, because I haven't read this book yet, I have heard that Jade City by Fonda Lee opens with second person, which is the you. You did. You said. You walked into the bathroom and got attacked by a monkey. You know, that's the second person. So it works well if you're doing, like, you know, one of those old choose your own adventures. You walk into the hallway and there he stands, Shia LaBeouf. You know, that sort of story, it works because you're choosing it. It's you are the main character. I haven't read Jade City, but I have heard that the prologue or some of the interim scenes open with that. I think there's a few other books I've read that have done this, and it works well, but definitely I've never read one in an entirety of a novel that is a second person. I think it's a good literary device for short scenes and cutaways and things like that. That's where second person works. But oh my God, can you imagine second person present tense? Oh, that irks me. You say, wait. It's so weird. I can't even do it in my brain. Then of course you have to decide if you're doing a single POV or multiple POVs. I love multiple POVs, okay? I don't like just sticking with one character. Obviously, I read a lot of books that do that, but when I personally am writing, I love multiple characters. My series, The Ashport Archives, has so many POVs in it. It starts with single, and then we gradually move into having a ton of POVs. By Fall of the Asranam, I think there's always 6. Books 3 and 4 have 6 POVs because the odd chapters have 3 and the even chapters have a different 3. That's how I structured Ashport. My newest book, Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, has 4 POVs, the 3 Lambro sisters and the new girl in town, Asha. And I think it worked really, really well. I think it was really important. Some people are like, you should cut out a POV, and I'm like, that's not happening because they're all necessary.
Yes, it is, Nessa. Extremely Nessa.
I love multiple POV. Now, there is times where there's, you know, too many a POV, George R.R. Martin. But I also recognize that some people will, like, if they don't like a POV, they don't want to read that POV and will skip it, which is like, eee, to me. But I kind of wish I could have done it for a couple books where I'm just like, I hate this POV, but I'm reading it for plot. But I think that's it. That's really all I have to say about POVs. If you have any other questions about POV craft, about your tense and stuff, you can definitely put those in the comments below. But I think I've been on my soapbox a little bit enough today. It's shorter than usual, but I hope you enjoyed this video, Shayna. This is what you paid for. I'm so sorry. If anyone else has another topic they would like me to cover, or a challenge or whatever, you can literally make me do anything in this commission. It's just a video of your choice is what the commission is. And I will make said video, edit said video, and present it on a platter to you. Aww. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye. I have experimented as first person. Where are you? I'm over here. They're extremely Nessa.